That, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Set 50, plant.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2, here's 2nd and 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Check 24, check 24.
Leo.
On 2nd down, Cook. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Okay, ready?
53 is the mark. Get your swerve on.
Let go.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Mike 5-4. We want this.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start the drive with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw here. And Diggs has it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That's the end of the first quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Five.
Do that.
Go.
Hey. 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Gotta do better.
Lee Griffin.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 25. Over. I got motion. Mike's 5'9".
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll look to throw, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. 30 base.
Pull it together.
5.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch the eye.
Hit it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Set, ready, 8-3. Let's go.
Back to throw here. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
I'm ready.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On second down, it's Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Set up, 50, plant.
59. Bring it. Bring it.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They'll set up the throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
Back at the 22-yard line.
Down. 60 yards.
Get in the weight room.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Shoot.
Second and long. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Looking to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
He'll look to throw. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and
10. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and...
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch.
And look at this, it's a fake. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., 28 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Packers.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. After the penalty, it's Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back, a gain of 15. 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the front.
In trouble and he'll go down back at the 12. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He sets up the screen to Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Mike 54. Where'd he go?
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And Diggs has it. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ready, break.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Hayden Hurst, 52 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the 1st half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the grip? And he's taken down. back at his own 7. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
19 yards. First down, Green Bay.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike, 54. Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll find Hall. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team.
6-6, pull it high.
Check 99. Check 99.
5.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw, and he's able to find Diggs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's got Smith here. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On first down, Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They run the counter. Swift, he'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Looking to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, great, get the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball. Made
it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They try again with Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know Protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
54, Mike, 54. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You got it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he's out right at the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. They'll look to throw now on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll set up to throw. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers get a score closer. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Set, 30 base.
Number 53, Mike 53. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go.
5.
They'll try the left side. Swift. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Set, ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike, coming to you, coming to you.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice?
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euro. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball in the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel, get a bird's eye view. Hotel, get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news.